Hey guys, and welcome back to another mini series here on the channel, and this one will be about me upgrading my kid's computer. Now this system was built back in 2013 and I'll post a link right over here just in case you want to check that out. And if you do, please have in mind that I'm not really proud of that particular video, especially because of my presentation. I still feel everything that I stated there, my feedback and my opinions are still valid, and I do feel them honestly, especially because I just watched the video a few moments ago, but I also feel that I could have done a better job in presenting that particular video. So just have that in mind. And on this video over here, which is an intro for the following up videos that I will be making, I want to share with you some thoughts and the reasons why I'm doing this upgrade. And starting with the reasons, my kid is growing up. He's now 7 years old. He's not playing anymore Garfield and those low demanding games. Is playing higher demanding games like Project Cars and Grid Autosport, you know, that kind of level of games he's enjoying. So this is the first reason. Now the second reason is also enjoying a thing that I did try a few weeks ago, which is game stream on our living room, and I did use the Minix Z64, which I'll post a link right over here just in case you want to check that out. Great results that I've got here, and he's enjoying, and to be honest, I'm also enjoying to play with him on the living room. Now this has a con, which is once we start the game stream, the only capable machine on my office to game stream at this moment is my workstation. And the problem is, or I work or it plays, and first the work and then the play. So this is the second reason we want a computer that is capable of of higher demanding games and also game stream to the living room through the Minix Z64, which once again I did post a link right over there just in case you don't know and you want to check that out. Now these are the two main reasons. The third reason is my office was refreshed, as some of you know, on the summer, and I still haven't done the office tour. I will try to do that until the end of the year, but everything is whitish right now, so why not to include a white case. And finally, I want to achieve something that it's not perfect to me, which is the silence. His computer wants my office, it's silence, but once he turns his computer on, we hear noise, and this is something that bothers me a lot. If I'm working, he cannot turn on his machine because I will not allow him to. At this moment it's what happened. So what I want is, if he wants to play on the living room, that his computer can boot up, and I don't want to hear much noise. I don't know how the GPU will handle this. Is well, we will see during this follow-up. So these are the main reasons for this upgrade. Now let me share just a little bit why I did choose these components, and of course I will be sharing a individual review and at the end all the results. Now this case here, the Aerocool DS Cube, is one of my favorites for mini ITX or micro ITX motherboards. I did use one of these back in January, and I will try not to forget to post the link right over here. I did build a budget gaming PC for a friend, and of course I did share everything with you guys over there, the components and also the results that I got with that particular machine. And the case was a black DS Cube. This time I will be using the white. This here I did play safe here because I knew I love the quality, I love the way that it's built, and I will share more details in the review. Secondly, and this one is the most on my opinion, one of the most important. Everything is important, of course, but this one is the biggest investment. But I want really something solid in terms of PSU, and I want silent, completely silent. Now I could have gone safe here. I do have a Corsair RM850 on my workstation, and it's totally silent. But I also like to test different things, and I did read a lot about Seasonic. The Snow Silent, Seasonic, and I read everything that I could. It looks, or it seems like, a great PSU, and I have very high to say the least, very high expectations, but I will be sharing with you once I do review and once I test this particular PSU. Now this PSU is not cheap, but honestly I feel that it's one of the most important parts of our computer, and I did a lot of mistakes in the past which I will not repeat, and those mistakes were especially on PSUs, which you can find on that link that I posted on the beginning. I did spend about 20 years on one PSU, and then after that I did spend about 50 years on another PSU, and the results are not great. So this time I'm upgrading for something that I know for sure, at least these are my expectations, and I hope that I'm right. I know for sure that I will not be needing to upgrade anytime soon, and I will have great results. So this is why I'm investing in a great PSU. At least these are my expectations. Also, let's start with this one here. Now, the motherboard and CPU will not be upgraded at this time. I don't feel the need for that, especially because, before I mention that, especially because a few months ago, I did test out my GTX 760 with an i3, an i5, and an i7 CPU, and the results in terms of gaming were exactly the same. In terms of motion graphics, I did the same test, and there we see a huge difference from the i3 to the i7. The i5 and the i7, well, better than I was expecting. But for gaming, the i3 was great. So the level of games that my kid will be playing does not deserve yet a new CPU, yet. So in the future, maybe, but right now, just not yet. But what I want to achieve with the CPU cooler on the i3, which is locked, not overclocked, is just this word here, silence. I do not know this Titan brand. It will be the first time that I will be using this cooler, but and I could have played safe once more. I'm really happy with the Hyper Evo 212, sorry, that I've got on my workstation, but I wanted to try something different, and I did like the white fan that it's here, which will go according with the case, the PSU, and also the GPU that I'll show you in just a few seconds. So what I want to achieve is just silence. I don't need to overclock. I will not be able to overclock. I don't want to overclock, so I just silent, and this is the only thing that I'm expecting. I will share with you if it is silent or not once I do review it and I do test it out. Now, this one here is an SSD. I've tested Samsung 840 EVO, 850 EVO, the Kingston V300, and the PNY Optima. I think those were the four that I did test out. And I could have gone once again safely, but I wanted to give a try to a different, and I did search around Kingston HyperX, and I will be trying to see how it works. I will share once again the speeds that we will get with it, and we will see how it goes. But I also have high expectations on this SSD, especially because I do not have the patience anymore. To be honest, guys, I don't have the patience to work on any computer that doesn't have an SSD. And to be honest, I don't spend much time on this computer, but once I need to install a game or to run anything or to fix anything that it broke, I cannot wait anymore for a regular hard drive to be used. So I'll be placing this SSD, and let's see how it goes. But the operating system will be here, and then the games will be on the hard drive. So once he presses, and if he waits a few more seconds, no problem. But if I need to install anything on the SSD, will be a great improvement. And these days, honestly, I cannot recommend anyone to be able or to be working with a regular hard drive, 7200 RPM as his main drive. I always advise at least 120 gigs SSD to be able to have a much better experience. And finally, guys, because I'm talking a lot, I know it is difficult to stop when I start, but finally I've got a GPU, which is the 950, and usually I go to AVGA, which are GPUs that I love, but this time I chosen a MSI, and especially because of two reasons. First one is the form factor. It is a small GPU, and the second is the color. It is a white GPU, so it matches all the system that is here. But I will be sharing more about that on the individual reviews, as I mentioned. So this video here is just to tell you guys that we will be running this mini series, why I'm running, the reasons, and of course also give you some feedback, not be just reviewing without anything, because I don't feel doing that. That being said, guys, hopefully you will enjoy this mini series, not just this video, because this one will be the less important video, but for those of you that are interested enough to watch what Robert is doing here on the channel, but hopefully will be an interesting video. And if you have, hopefully it will give you some ideas of these components if you want to have one of them, or if you are interested in getting one of them, so that I can share my experience. So as you could see, a lot of mistakes right on this video over here, not just on that one, but so that I can give you the most feedback. And at the end of the day, if you want to choose one of these components, I'll be able to give you my full opinion and feedback. And that is it. I'm going to shut up. So guys, expect on the following days, on the following weeks, to be released the individual reviews, and also the final one, which will be the benchmarks, and also some real life gaming to see how it performs and if it achieved my expectations or not in the overall of the components. And that is it. I will not talk more on this particular video. As always, guys, my name is Roberto Jorge. Hope that you enjoyed this intro, and I'll see you on the next one.